All right, today I'm going to be reviewing this Mars Adventure Gear rack for the Tesla Cybertruck. I ordered the full system for the full price. I did not receive it for free or any kind of discount. Maybe from another YouTuber, like 10% off or whatever. I don't have one of those, so if you can find one, good on you. So this is my review. Okay, before I get to the review, this is a couple shots I just snapped on my phone while I was installing this product. At the time, Mars recommends you just remove these pieces of plastic because this went on a non-foundation series Cybertruck. That means you don't have the caps that just snap off so you can quickly mount racks onto your Cybertruck. You have to remove this whole strip of plastic on the roof. A little more labor intensive, but you can cut them yourself. So that's what I did. This first image is of me taking off the plastic, marking out where these blocks are going to go, and you can see the block between the two pieces of tape. I marked where roughly I wanted the hole to go with the tape. I transferred it to the piece of plastic, measured the square, laid it out, and then I'll cut it. This next image is of me actually cutting it. I protected the plastic with some duct tape, just plunge cut a little rotozip tool. Wasn't too bad, drew a square, took a couple minutes per hole, not a big deal. The next picture is just me of doing all of them, the tools I use. I think I tried a vibrating tool, it didn't work that well. I stuck with the rotozip. The studs that it mounts to, they kind of seem to go up and down, and there's a little gap, like they're on the inside of the Cybertruck, and I guess, yes, when you bolt it up, it'll draw them up and sandwich it, but I don't know, a little extra precaution. I just put a dab of silicone on each little bolt hole. That's the block bolted up. This is the final product with the piece of plastic snapped back on with the blocks sticking through the plastic. It wasn't that bad. It sounded bad in the beginning, but I talked myself into it. I'm glad I did it. Much better than just removing it and having just a big little gap there. There is a rubber seal that's up there, and it kind of seems like it does something, so I didn't want to just, leave it off. I don't know where the water would go, but kind of worried about water getting into the Cybertruck a little bit. Seems like there's some big gaps that I don't know where the water goes, and it might go somewhere important. I don't know. On with the review. All right, finally getting around to review this rack on the Cybertruck by the Mars company. I've had this thing for a month or two now. It's held up. It's a little faded. Looks 8 out of 10. Looks pretty good. I can't complain about that. Craftsmanship, maybe 7 out of 10. There were some internal welds. Now it's a little hard to see because I have a panel up on top. Some welds that didn't look like they, adhered well. Didn't seem like they bonded the aluminum too well. But it is pretty lightweight. It's pretty strong. I can't complain about that. Some things I noticed, you can't really tell, maybe it's just me. It's sitting forward of the windshield a little bit, so the wind will come up and hit this, and there is some whistling involved. I don't know if it's that, but it is a little strange. I wish it could go back. I'm out of slot. There was a tiny bit of slot. I'm out of slot. It's all the way that way, and it's still sitting forward a little bit. It was manufactured a little out of line with the curvature of the Cybertruck. So I used no shims here under this block. It was direct mount. But the last one, it rode up high, and it looks like I think I have an 1/8 inch aluminum shim in here. If I didn't, it would really be torquing this entire rack down a lot. There'd be a lot of stress on these two bolts. It wants to sit here, and it wants to sit even a bit higher, but it was like a 32nd or something, and I wasn't concerned with a 32nd, so an 1/8 was about all I needed, but I wish it was a little bit, more in line, I guess, for the average person that maybe doesn't want to go to the hardware store and buy custom, aluminum, flat bar and then drill some holes in it, so. And because I had to add the aluminum shim, I had to get longer bolts too. So those are stainless steel. Oh gosh, I don't know. Whatever they are. I don't know if they're metric or standard now. I can't remember. But this hardware store has stainless steel bolts, or you can get any kind of bolt really. It doesn't matter. Another talking point here that comes with, a few rails that just sit flush on the top, kind of like the solar panel is here. I kind of wish when I was running those, I kind of wish they had drop brackets so you could drop everything a little lower and store everything out of the wind a little bit more. You'd get a little bit better range. You wouldn't hear the wind howling so much. They were really screaming at the time. And I had drop brackets for a while I made. I think this was like 40/40 extruded aluminum that I dropped down. It worked pretty well. Now I'm on to this phase, which I'm putting multiple solar panels up. I guess I'll do another video or something for that. Yeah, it's kind of high as you're going. It just pushes everything up really high, and I think it really reduces your range. Between this rack and any kind of cargo you'd put up here, which wasn't that much at the time, and oversized tires, I'm getting, I'm pulling like 600-700 kilowatt hours cruising down the freeway at like 80. So it's a lot more than it should. Another thing I wish they would add, and hopefully they do in the future, this is like an antenna mount. That doesn't come with it, that's extra, but it's also from Mars. And then you would add on there's another bracket from them, so you kind of combine the brackets, and this is 30/30 extruded aluminum. So you can see the extrusion there. It was kind of a custom cut to make it fit tight. It was about a 44-degree cut this way, and I think it was just like an 8-degree cut this way to make it fit flush all the way around. But it's strong. It's not going anywhere. And that way you can mount pretty much whatever you want to any side here. I think I'm going to have a couple different antennas eventually. That's a work in progress, but all right. So overall, God, that sun is bright. The rack, I love it a lot. It makes it look different, not so much like a triangle. Some people have compared it to a cat with its ears back. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is what it is. But overall, it's nice. I like it. I'd do it again. It was a lot of money, but I would do it again. I think it's better than the other ones out there. A lot more money, but better.